When conflict checks in, I check the hell up out of there. And not because I don't care, family. It's because it's normal and second nature for me. If you've ever been on either side of this as a dismissive avoidant attacher or someone involved with one, this video is for you. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Eleanor and this is Dismissible Me, where I speak only about dismissive avoidant attachment from the perspective of someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know where you are watching from, and be sure to check out the playlist and find me on Instagram. All of my links are down below in the description box. And getting right into today's topic, family, how I handle conflict as someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style. To be clear, this is not how I would handle a conflict where we can talk and everything is cool, calm, and collected. I'm speaking specifically, about being in a fight, an argument. And once things get emotionally exciting, this is when I start to, number one, emotionally shut down. And so when I'm emotionally shutting down, that's because I'm feeling, number one, I'm feeling very trapped in this situation. And I'm feeling very suffocated. And so everything is out right now. The planes, the birds, everything. All I want to do is enjoy this beautiful day. Hold on a moment while this plane passes. Okay, so before I was rudely interrupted by Delta Airlines, emotionally shutting down when things get emotionally exciting. So once the tone starts to change from cool and calm, once things start to get a little elevated, voices are getting a little louder, it's getting more emotional, I'm going to start to shut down. And that's the coldness. I don't want to say it's indifference because I do care, but it is cold. I start to get dry. I'm giving you the short answers because along with emotionally shutting down, which comes from feeling trapped and suffocated, and that's where I got stopped. A lot of this comes from you demanding answers right then and there. If I'm telling you that I need space, that I need time, or even worse, if you're trying to convince me to change my mind about something and I've told you what my stance is, I just need you to accept it and move on. So for me, I'm just going to emotionally shut down, and then with that immediately comes the mentally checking out mid-argument, or what may seem like mid-argument to you. Because once I feel like I've made my stance, I've taken my stance and I've made it clear where I'm at and where I'm headed and where I'm going, I feel like I've taken in your side into consideration, and so that's where it is that I'm at. So further communication, especially when we get into the conversation feeling circular to me, like, okay, this person continues to repeat themselves and I've given them an answer, or you're asking me for an answer that I told you that I can't give you right now, and you're trying to ask it in different ways, like you're trying to trip me up. If I had the answer, if I could give you the answer, I would have given it to you. Like, do you think I want to go back and forth with you just for fun? I don't. That's not my game, you know? So along with emotionally shutting down, it's the mentally checking out mid-argument. And if an example of that would be if we're texting and I feel like we're going round and round, this is where you get the okays. Okay, just let me know. For sure. I hear you. Absolutely. Dismissive. Blowing you off, right? So that's what it's going to look like. If we're having this argument and it is on the phone or face to face, this is a situation where I'm going to, again, same type of thing. Okay, I hear you. I got it. You got it. Understood. Understood is one that I use frequently. It's yes, I understand what you're saying. I'm accepting the information, but it's also, I don't want to say it's dismissive. It is, but it's also, my stance is my stance. I don't know what else you want me to do. It's kind of like when you work in retail and you're like, you've given somebody the policies. Okay, they came in without a receipt and they want cash. I'm sorry, ma'am. There's no mother effing way we're giving you cash. I told you what we can do. You can either take it or you can leave it. And that's that. And that's that mentally checking out mid-argument. There's also minimizing the issue. And that can come after. I typically tend to minimize the issue when I'm checking out. I tend to be very open to hearing somebody out, but when I'm checking out, when I'm obviously being dismissive, I'm going to minimize the issue. It's not a big deal to me. And not only is it not a big deal to me, it shouldn't be a big deal to you. It's not a big deal to anybody else. It's going to be small. I'll make it insignificant, nothing, right? Then there's, and especially in situations, if I've been, or I feel I've been known, I know, where I know I've been vulnerable with you and I feel like you haven't heard me. So I know I was vulnerable and I feel like you haven't heard me. This is when I feel like I'm open, I'm being transparent, and it didn't get me anywhere. And this is where I'm silently starting to resent you. And this is where I feel like I don't know if I want to be in this relationship. I feel like I don't know if you are hearing me right now. I don't know if you've ever heard me. I don't know if you are even capable of considering my feelings or my needs. See, when you don't give me the space that I need, it really throws me, it really sends me into a downward spiral. It's like, if I said that I need the space, just give me the space. Because now it's like, I said I need this, you're making me do this, or I feel like you're forcing my hand at this. You're not making me do anything. I don't believe anybody can make you do anything. But you're putting a lot of pressure on me to do something I don't want to do. Do I want to be with somebody who's pressuring me to do things I don't want to do? Would my husband pressure me to do things that I don't want to do? And this is how I think about it. No. So this is where that resentment builds. I don't like that. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have handled it this way. And the resentment builds because not only is this conflict been settled, maybe you feel like it's fine or whatever. Maybe I just said you're right, kept it moving, because that's another dismissive thing. But now it's, okay, you're right now, but now I feel like I don't know how to describe it. It's not a one-up. You didn't one-up me or get one over me, but it's like, it's a bad win. And I hate to put it like that, but it's like, I don't like that you feel comfortable being wrong and that being okay. I don't like that you feel comfortable knowing that you didn't hear me out and I just, for the sake of this relationship, had to let this argument go. I don't like that. And so it's always in the back of my mind now, do I really want to be in this relationship with somebody that I have to do this with? The answer to that is no. No, I don't. Another thing that can happen, especially when you're putting the pressure on me for answers right now, or maybe you've even given me space, but you feel like you've given me enough space and I need more time. Now I'm delaying the conversation. Now the conversation that I know we need to have, we need to have it. I know we need to have it. And it could even be that I want to have it with you. But because you've not given me the space and the time and the tension has not been able to die down for me on my side, it's only been building up. I'm going to delay the conversation because one thing I do not like to do, I do not like to have heated debates. I do not like to raise my voice. I do not like to yell. And if I care enough about you, and if I'm crying in front of you, I don't care about you. I would love that person. It's very few and far between. If you're doing something like that, I have to care about you deeply. So I'm trying to preserve this relationship by giving it some space. I'm going to delay the conversation. you push the issue, maybe the conversation will be delayed indefinitely. And by indefinitely, again, remember that resentment has been building. You've been calling, you've been texting, you've been asking people to reach out, you've been watching stories and doing all this weird stuff. But this is exactly why I'm not a big social media person. I don't post stories during times like this because I don't want to see you. I don't even want to take the chance that I could possibly see you in my stories, and I need a break from you. So I'm going to delay the conversation until I can be cool, calm, and collected. And I'm calmed down and I can fully hear, not just that I can fully speak my side, but I can also fully hear your side. Right? If I don't have that space that I need, sometimes it can be a forever delay in the conversation. And that could be also when I end the relationship. And some would say abruptly, some would say prematurely. But to me, it feels like no time like the present to get out of a bad situation. Because again, my fear is not rejection. It's not being able to get out of a situation that's bad and not working for me. And last on my list here is, again, ending the relationship. If I don't get the space that I need, or I know I'm understanding, it's sinking in that you don't hear me, what I'm saying doesn't matter to you, how I make you feel or how your feelings matter more than mine, then I'm just gonna check out and I'm gonna end the relationship. And again, that's part of that indefinitely delaying the conversation and, mentally checking out mid-argument. But then I can just mentally check out completely out of the relationship. So what I really didn't touch on is a lot of my feelings. I spoke about, part of emotionally shutting down is feeling trapped and suffocated. But there's also this, even when I'm feeling unaffected by things, I can be very much overwhelmed. Like, just because I'm not sitting there crying or I'm not raising my voice and I'm not acting a fool doesn't mean that I'm not just as affected by the situation or the conversation or the event as you are. I just don't see a need to express it outwardly in the exact same way that you do, or maybe I want to process the situation before I have a full-blown conversation about it. There's also this appearing unaffected when I'm deeply hurt, or I need to take a step away and give myself some space because I am deeply hurt by something that was said or was done, but I'm just unable to articulate it right now in a healthy way. And so because I know that, I know I need to take this space so that I don't say something that we're both going to regret. Another reason I may withdraw is the fear of being misunderstood. There have been many times where I have explained myself or given my side, and people have just chosen to misunderstand what it is that I'm saying and twist my words, and that caused further conflict. It caused a whole new conflict. So sometimes that taking space or not going down a certain road as far as a conversation is preserving the relationship and avoiding another conflict or another unnecessary conversation or further injury if I said something that hurt somebody's feelings. So that's that. So to summarize everything that I just said in this video, how I handle conflict as someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style is I can and will emotionally shut down once I start feeling trapped and suffocated. I will mentally start checking out, mid-argument even, physically distancing myself, minimizing the issue. And I really didn't speak about physically distancing myself very much. Oh, I'll stop seeing you. I can't even believe that I missed that. Yeah, I will physically distance myself. I'll make myself not accessible to you. No hugs, no kisses, no hand holding. I'm not seeing you. I need space. That's a very real thing. So emotionally shutting down, physically distancing myself, mentally checking out, minimizing the issue, silently resenting you until I can say it out loud. delaying conversation, sometimes indefinitely, and that being due to ending the relationship. And a lot of this has to do with feeling, again, trapped, suffocated, overwhelmed, even if I am appearing unaffected. And sometimes I'm deeply hurt and unable to articulate it. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for giving me your time. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what resonated with you in your situation. Check out the playlist. Find me on Instagram. All of my links are down below in the description box. And family, I will be tapping in with you very soon. Keep it real.